Okay, in another episode of Mad Cappery, if that's a word, the game is giving me a radio contact, or I should say Soapy is giving me a radio contact that a ship is going due north, going slow. It's pretty close, so I'm going to actually notch that down a touch and try to pursue. And again, we're going to roughly guess that it's going this way. I should actually check. Ahead slow. I keep saying ahead slow like it's a speed. Slow is just a range of speeds, I guess. 2 to 6 knots. We're going to assume 5. How about that? So I've never really seen ships going 2 or 3 that often. 4 to 6 is more likely. So 5, it goes about 9 and a quarter in an hour. 9 and a quarter clicks. So that would be about this in 3 hours. Or 4 hours, right? Sure. Okay. So I guess we're going to go that way, and we're going to increase speed then, because we are not going to make it there in time if we don't. Alright, the chase is on! Watch as the dot of destruction surges forward to destroy the square of delicious tonnageness. Whatever. Doop doop doo. Who's on deck? Who's on first? Exactly. Spice Weasel. Congratulations. Actually, you know what? I didn't mention that Spice Weasel has now been given a helmsman qualification just so that when I swap all these guys out, they're roughly equal, which actually makes Spice Weasel the most qualified person on the boat. More so than Influx, who is littered with swastikas, and Spitzenhund, who is a little bit newer anyways, so, I mean, we don't really have very high expectations of you regardless, but, it's just a little, note. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. We've got to try to hunt this guy down, and if it's a sailboat, I am just gonna shit myself right in my chair. Don't even care. I like Ric Flair. Woo! Stop, don't stare. We're gonna dive right there. We haven't a care. There we are. That didn't rhyme. So he was moving a little bit more westerly. That's fine. We're going... Nope, nope. We're gonna keep going west, but we're gonna go on the surface now and get Spice Weasel on deck. On deck. Eee. Whoa! And then we're gonna go to periscope depth again. Okie dokie. And we're gonna just come to a complete stop. And I think I observed this in the previous patrol, but I don't think it's actually technically possible for a submarine to be at a dead stop and stay underwater, at least these submarines. And I'm going to move us ahead. It is bright out, so this could be ruinous. Give me the nearest merchant, please. And it is a little bit hazy out. And what are you talking about? Oh. Well, you're visible, so... Hey, that's nice. That's a spicy meatball. Okay. I don't know. Now, watch it be American again. So at least I don't have to shit my pants. Thank God. I only do that on Friday nights. Let's stop. Type 1s are probably fine. Probably, maybe. Actually, probably not. Actually, I should have taken the time while I was under to ID him. Get to the right page at least. And he is certainly a medium cargo, and he is certainly British. And the lesson that we learned from last patrol is that I need to trust magnetic pistols a little bit more. They have wonderful destructive capacity, and it's something I really need to utilize more, so I'm going to. And I think that that's about right. Maybe... Well, it's giving me actually the longer range when I try it that way. How's about... That's bang on. Okay. I can't really argue with that. Bring this up just to remind myself. Good. Get the speed. I'm going to flood 2 tubes. Whoops. One for each of you. Whoops. Nope. Nope. It's the wrong button. I pushed 1 instead of Q. And that range is completely wrong. But I am going with it. So the draft is 9. We'll set these to run at about 10. And lay the smacketh down. And I'm gonna increase... Let's see. Do I increase the speed on this? No. I'm going to decrease the speed on this. Because I'm not fully confident in this solution, so I am going to use... Why did it... I told you to open already. Oh, wait a minute! Son of a bitch! Those were my type 2s! Ah! Okay, well, we're not going to have those for our inevitable run-in with the task forces. Yay. That's super. Oh, I am disappointed. Well, it looks like we're going to get hits off of both of those. Because this one should hopefully knock it out. But we'll see. This one might not even go off. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Oh, it went off. That definitely went off. And how about number 2? Give me another shot, please. Come on. Come on. Anytime now. And go. Could have just flat out missed. Did it miss? It missed. Well, we squandered at least 1 torpedo. And probably, well, we definitely used the wrong type here. We're gonna have to get on the surface and finish it off with the deck gun. And you know what that means? Complete ineptitude from my entire crew. Speaking of ineptitude, let's get Spice Weasel on deck. And we've got a gun crew on. And I'm going to let you guys do the dirty work. Because I'm a fool to do my own dirty work. Oh yeah. And move ahead slow. And you guys can just, wonder which target you're going to recommend. Alright. Okay. So... I say that we go ahead and commence firing. I guess we're just waiting, weren't you? That was a miss. I'm actually kind of surprised because that looked like it had the range. I guess it didn't. That's excellent, though. It really, you know, I'm glad that I did invest in a gunner. I kind of at first thought it was a superfluous purchase, I guess you'd say, to have a gunner, but ooh, but it's actually working out pretty well to have one. These medium cargos too are so toughly built that I don't think it's even possible that with the second torpedo it may not have sunk. So, and I kind of am pissed off that I set the thing to go slower, because I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh well. I guess I just didn't have enough confidence in myself. Well. Don't even know what to say during these. These are just like... watching my men just completely destroy somebody. It's not even fair. He doesn't even have guns. All right, we're done. We're gonna let that guy burn, and probably I think we're safe to go back on course. I don't think that he's gonna be doing any sustained sailing for now. So I'm just gonna keep on course, and if he sinks, I will record the money shot. That sounds awkward, but that's the only way I could think of to put it. So there you go. Let's go. Let's go. Christ. Well, it took her about 20 minutes, but her engine has just died and she's sinking, as I predicted. But again, these things take so long to sink that it's not really worth watching, so let's get somebody on deck, and we'll all have a hearty guffaw at the expense of this silly little merchant. Haha. Guffaw, guffaw. Get out. Delightful. Alright, 5,000 tons, or 4,850, or whatever these are. Mark it down. Mark it, dude. Whoosh. Bye-bye. Okay, we're gonna keep going towards our grid, and hopefully not make any other silly madcap mistakes. Oh, and I need to reload the torpedoes, so that will happen en route. Well, we're in the grid. There weren't any contacts in between. And I've got kind of a crazy pattern laid out, but not feeling too optimistic anymore. You know, and the thing that I realized as I was going through the last little bit is I've gotten very content with, you know, failure, I guess. And I need to stop that, because I mean, earlier I just let a convoy go. I just was like, fuck it. Sounds like a lot of work. I think I'm just gonna, you know, go somewhere that's, you know, where I don't have to do stuff. And that's really not how this game is best played. You need to be aggressive. Carefully aggressive, I guess. Does that make any sense? Because if you're too aggressive, as would be exemplified by, say, I don't know, attacking a task force, you can get yourself in some serious trouble. The enemy is well equipped to kill you and is really eager to do so, actually. So you do need to be careful, but you also need to realize that you're not going to sink anything unless you actually try. And I need to try a little bit harder. So I've got this course laid out. Hopefully we can get some contacts, but, you know, that's all in the hands of the tonnage gods. So hopefully they will favor us and we won't squander their favor. This is getting kind of religious. I don't know how I feel about this, but once I finish up here, unless there's any contacts, I'm just going to move to the east into the Hebrides. And if I really don't run into anything, I'll have to make some determinations about what I'll do. I have a couple of ideas, but they're nothing very firm yet. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But for now, I'm just going to, you know, spaz around here and hopefully run into a contact or two. We have completed our last turn on that zany course, and we heard nothing. We haven't heard a peep out of the enemy. So, what do we do now? Well, we obviously are going to go closer. I'm going to... Well, that's probably a little bit steep. Why don't we do this? And then maybe this. It's good to kind of alter your course a little bit just to have opportunities to do dives for sound checks and everything. That's just something I like to do. But I think I'm going to take us, like I was saying, closer in towards the Hebrides. Now, why the Hebrides? Well, like I was saying, the British tend to like to run task forces in this general area, I've found. So that's one reason. The other reason is that I don't know if you guys remember this. If you haven't watched all of the previous patrols, I don't know, you're probably not missing much. But we tried to raid this little port here, Loch Ewe. Ew! And it's actually fairly well defended. And the reason for that, I don't think we actually even got there. I think we got here and got attacked by, I think it was a destroyer. It could have been a plane. I really don't remember. But I do remember the one serious instance of my ship getting damaged happened in that patrol. It might have been patrol 7 or something like that. It was one where I didn't sink too much tonnage. So what happened though was I damaged my propeller pretty badly. It was inoperable. So I tuck-tailed and ran. I left, and I never got to see Lockhew. I didn't get to see its beautiful shores and its fat tonnage. And that's probably what I'm going to aim to do if I can't run into a task force, because it's not guaranteed. Certainly we have established that the tonnage gods are fickle. So we're going to assume that they're not going to help us out too much, because we kind of squandered the opportunities that they provided us to us down here. And I don't think we can really rely on running into too many ships, especially because we've established that there really probably aren't too many here. So I guess the short of that is that I'm going to look for a task force, but if I can't find one, what I'll probably do is I'll probably jog north here. Might as well just mark that out. And if I don't find anything, I'm probably going to go through here, through whatever this strait is, and then bolt for Lockhew. We will run into contacts, I can guarantee you. So hopefully this wasn't a really bad call on my part, but let's do a quick dive just to see if we hear anything. And we don't. But that's the plan, Stan. So, good God. Hopefully we won't die. Okay, so that's encouraging. Pretty far away, though. We're gonna adjust our course to see if we can go play with the destroyers. Oh boy, I can't wait. I gotta say, I am genuinely nervous about this. As I've had good luck with task forces in the past, but that is not guaranteed. I mean, they are brutal. They can really have a lot of firepower. We're gonna go ahead and just mark a kind of made-up course. Adjust ours accordingly. And I might even increase speed just because I'm so eager to say hi. Now, one thing about it is that they're probably not going to just go straight west-northwest. They'll probably go like that for a ways, and then they'll go into here. So maybe this course is a little bit presumptuous. Why don't we do this? Because that way, at least, we'll even, you know, if we miss them, we'll at least be better poised to go into Lockhew. I mean, we can go through there. So, I don't know. This is, a little bit dicey. Whoa. I'm hoping that I get another radio report. That would be ideal. But, well, I'm not going to bore you guys. I was going to keep recording until I got another radio report, but that, as I said, is boring. So, once I figure out what these guys are up to, I'll pick things up. Okay, so I've gotten another report, and they're right there now, and they're moving pretty much exactly 8 knots still, just based on my quick calculations. And if they are moving as I'm expecting that they will, there is pretty much no way that I'm going to be able to catch them. If they move up here, you can tell that that range is just insurmountable. We're not going to be able to catch up with them in time. Although that does bring up the possibility of trying to... Oh man, that is a long distance to be running at a head standard. Oh man, I gotta not be complacent though. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. We're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna hunt these bastards. We're gonna go through this strait here. We're gonna go ahead standard. And damn the consequences. Damn the fuel consumption. Damn the environment. Now, I could be pleasantly surprised and they could end up going to the outside of the Hebrides. If they do that, we have a really much improved chance of catching them. But if they don't do that, which I'm expecting that they won't, it's going to make this really tough. And I should be marking each contact. That one was about there. Something. That one's there. Okay. hopefully we get an update here soon. They've been... The last one, it's about 5 hours apart, it seems like, that we are getting them. So let's see if we get another one here in about an hour. Come on. Should be any minute now. And no. Okay, well, oh, there you go. Hey! And now it says they are heading... Okay, that's a problem then. This is saying... Fuck. This is saying that it's going north-northeast. So, if they're going north-northeast at about 8 knots, that's 10 hours from now. That is not possible. Okay, so, is this possible? If they go 8 knots... This is assuming that they even keep this course up. This could happen. This could possibly work. Bit of a long shot. But we're really going to have to move our ass to do this. Alright, well, I'm going to give it a... like I say, I'm not going to be complacent. I'm going to attack. I'm going to go ape shit on these guys. So, if I catch him, I catch him. If I don't, I don't. And fuck it. We're going ahead full. We're gonna do this. Onward! To death! God damn it.